good morning, and welcome to the Gemini Journalist with your girl Gemini. I have been featuring on my channel right here the works of other authors, and I've also been featuring the works of myself. However, currently we are down to Not by Chance, God Answers Prayers by Marlene McPherson, and this is indeed a Christian romance novel where a young woman falls in love with this individual, and of course, at first he was not a Christian, and when diehearted Christian women see guys, they're not going to think of getting into a relationship because of the fact that the guy is not a Christian, and you know how hell-bent they are on you have to be a Christian to be a part of my life. So it's either you shake up or get up. But anyways, so it's a pretty good romance novel. We have been featuring it here. We've been going through some technical difficulties, so I've been away for a little bit of time, but I am back now. You probably would have seen chapter 8, where we featured chapter 8 last week Thursday. If you did not catch it, I have a playlist here, Marlene McPherson, so you can head on over. You can check her interview out. You can check out the different chapters. We did the chapters chapter by chapter, and of course, for those who are here for the very first time, just want to let you know that our videos are posted every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 a.m. Also, down below in the description, you can go ahead and check out my social media platforms, where I do share right across social media. I do a lot of work on TikTok. I feature a lot of work of other authors myself on TikTok, just the same, but you get the complete readings here on YouTube. So without much delay, not much chattering from me today, we're just going to dive right into it. So again, this is Not by Chance, God Answers Prayers, book 1 by Marlene McPherson, and we're down to chapter 9. Before we get into that real quick, this is also a word search puzzle book, so definitely I invite you guys to check out the links down below and get in touch with Marlene so you can get a copy of your books here. Either one, they make very great gifts. So without delay, again, here we go. Chapter 9, Marlene McPherson's God Answers Prayers, Not by Chance, God Answers Prayers, book 1. Chapter 9. Catherine was one of the 30 Jamaicans who got a scholarship to spend the summer at the North Carolina University. She had a great company to interact with. She was happy. This was another period of praise to God Almighty because He provided for her immeasurably. The Western Carolina campus was extremely large. The food took some getting used to, plus getting to classes was a challenge, so they walked together. The courses were demanding, so all pledged to have their shoulder to the wheel for the status of grand aunts. Catherine did not waste any time in sharing with Matt, so she sent him a letter a few days within landing. Then his long-awaited letter came. Dearest Catherine, let me hope everything is fine and that you are settled in nicely to your work. Thanks for your letter, which I received 2 days ago. I know you have a lot of work to accomplish, and I am praying for you that the Lord will see you through, and I believe that by the end of your time, you shall have seen the fruit of your labor. There is nothing much going on my end of line, except Washington has told me on hand refrigerator, which I will be seeing on Tuesday of the coming week. I miss you greatly. In fact, my first weekend was somewhat boring. I was so used to going to Kingston at certain times, and when this is not done, the weekend is somewhat spoilt. 2 of the guys confirmed that they like the color. One of them just got a piece of suiting material a little darker than mine. I think it should be okay. I left $300 with Mara. At the end of the month, she will get the remaining $100, making a total of $400. I would like to share this article with you. A rabbit on a swim team. All the animals met and decided on doing something meaningful to meet the problem of the new world. In a school, they develop a curriculum of running, swimming, climbing, and flying. To make it easier to administer the curriculum, all the animals took all the subjects. The duck was excellent in swimming, in fact, better than his instructor. But he made passing grades in flying, very poor in running. Since he was poor in running, he had to drop swimming and stay after school to practice running. This caused his web feet to be badly worn, and he ended up with an average grade in swimming. The rabbit failed his swimming, the duck failed his climbing, the eagle failed his swimming, the squirrel failed flying. The truth is, God placed you in His family and given a certain mixture of that which makes you unique. That mixture pleases Him. Nobody is exactly like you, and that is why I love you, honey. That should bring you pleasure. When you operate in the realm of your capabilities, you excel and will experience incredible satisfaction. So relax, enjoy your spiritual pieces, and cultivate your own capabilities, your own styles. Remember, your husband-to-be loves you happy. My prayers go along with my wishes. Yours, Matt. This letter was read aloud to all her friends. They were amused and complimented her. Later, another letter came. Dearest Catherine, thanks for your letter which came in a few days ago. Thanks again for the card enclosed. I enjoy the sentiments expressed therein. Let me hasten to say that, Catherine, I love you, really do. I would like to assure you with this truth. Yes, I answered your letter weeks ago. This is the second one, and I hope it gets to you on time. However, I suspect a flaw in our postal services from this end. Mails are very slow in reaching their place of destination. Mara gave me your telephone number, and I tried to call you, but the operator bluntly said the university did not accept long-distance calls. This has led me into believing that you are at an advantage in that you can send out calls but will not be able to get long-distance ones. My numbers Mara gave me are 704-227-6086. Do confirm these numbers and write back and let me know. My plans regarding the refrigerator have been changed. I intend to purchase a new one. At the end of the month, Catherine, the house poses a problem though. I just checked out one last week and the owner wants $1,500. I should have got back to her, but I suffered a shock and decided not to. That's too much for a country house. An arrangement is already made with Mara for Godfrey to take the pictures. As soon as this is done, you will get them, okay? It is like ages since I have not held you in my arms. I never knew that I could have become so lonely in such a short space of time. How comes, Catherine? I have to ask you this question because I am unable to answer it myself. How are you getting on with your courses? Do you spend your time wisely? And remember this, it is no sense getting an A in one and failing the other. This does not make sense in higher education. Try and maintain your grades. I feel sure you can do this. Darling, best wishes in your studies. Remember, someone loves you. Love from Matt. Her friends and acquaintances enjoyed her letter. In her letter to Matt, she gave a report of the happenings. As Catherine grew familiar with the surroundings, she thought about going to some stores via the university bus shuttle. America's independence celebration were imminent and she could not pass up the bargains. 3 days later, she purchased about 5 pairs of shoes for herself and 3 for Matt. A white shoe with black and white polka dot heels topped her pairs. This was saved for her wedding day. Another letter from Matt came. My dearest Catherine, how are you doing? How is the course? However, let me hope everything is just fine and you are doing well as expected. I can imagine the pressure with which you have to work, which having so many things to cover in such short space of time. That's the reason for the long silence which has elapsed between us since we had spoken. That's the reason for the long silence which has elapsed between us since we had spoken by telephone. However, this letter serves to break the silence. Honey, do you ever consider how much I love you? As you read through this, pause for a moment and sense this love endlessly. Your friend is your needs answer, your field which you sow with love and reap with thanksgiving. For he is your fireside. If he must know the ebb of your tide, let him know your flood also. For it is his to fill your need, but not your emptiness, and in the sweetness let there be laughter and sharing and caring. For in the dew of little things the heart finds its morning and is refreshed. Catherine, I will always love you, love you. Beyond measure. The pictures were not taken on the date planned. What happened is that Godfrey had a wedding to cover on that date. I went over, but this could not have been done. Another date was set for July 25th. Regards to the suiting material, I saw the identical thing in a store on King Street. I shall be returning there shortly to acquire a suiting. I do not think you should bother to buy this in the States, since it can be had to buy here in Jamaica at $68 per yard. I don't think the US dollars will be made available. The reason being that there is a demand to this time of the year and the bid soars at $6.05. Everyone wants to travel for a summer vacation abroad. A coworker told me he has some and he wants $6. This is not worth it at all. I rode to Ocherius last Saturday in order to see Olive. It was a long ride. I felt so tired riding over 100 miles. I have never ridden such a long distance before. It was even a bit of a bad luck for me as I fell from the Honda about 2 miles before entering Buff Bay. I sustained injuries to the right arm, nothing serious, as this does not hamper my chores. Olive told me that she has just bought a dining set and that she had no cash in hand. However, she will save until you have arrived. That is, you can go ahead and buy it, if possible, her dress. Size is 8. She wears size 6 in Jamaican size, but she says American size is much smaller than Jamaican. Disappointment in not seeing you, and more so that I phoned her and asked her to come over, and she had expressed her desire in the latter, and I stopped her. She had gotten permission from the boss. She had gotten permission from her boss and had to cancel it. She asked that as soon as you have arrived, I bring you down for a weekend. I will not be calling you as previously planned, since I shall be in Kingston on the weekend. How is your mother? I suppose you must have spoken more often since you are nearer to her now. Everyone is well, and they asked me to tender my kindest regards. As for me, I love you, always. Take care of yourself. Love, Matt. Catherine realized without a shadow of doubt that Matt was in love with her. He wanted to share, and he was pulling out all the stops to make this love affair a reality in marriage. The more Catherine read his letters, the more she found herself praising God for his love towards her and her unfolding his will for her life. Catherine was full of anticipation. Every member of the Jamaican contingent graduated. Within a few days, Catherine flew to New York to visit her mother and adopted aunts. Mother and daughter soon busied themselves with the wedding plans. They headed early to a bridal store. The first item her mother bought was a new fully laced wedding gown with tulle and crinoline. Catherine had fitted several gowns, but the lace gown was flattering. Rose pink dresses for the maid of honor and bridesmaids were purchased next, followed by a host of wedding paraphernalia, wines, tablecloth, napkins, etc. Her mother's friends and acquaintances gave wedding gifts, so much so that she returned to Jamaica with about 4 suitcases in addition to her carry-on. Alright, so thank you, Gemini journalists, fans, newcomers. Remember to hit that subscription button. Turn the notification bell on if you have not yet done so. Today we featured Not by Chance, God Answers Prayers, Chapter 9 by Marlene McPherson, who is also a Jamaican self-published author. And also remember, she does have her word search book. This is about Jamaica, so definitely you can go ahead and check out the links down below in the description. You want to reach out to Marlene and grab yourself a copy. They're very good gifts for friends, family, you name it. You can get a copy for yourself, and it's a very, very good read. Regardless of you hearing it here, I recommend get yourself a hard copy so you can have at hand. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time out to join me today as I continue reading the works of myself and other authors, keeping you entertained. Remember, every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, join us right here on the Gemini Journalist, where I continue to read and sway you away in fine style. Have yourself a blessed rest of this Tuesday morning. I will definitely be seeing you again on Thursday. Same time, same place. We do it all over again. Have a blessed day. Peace out.